Hello friends, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Last week we discussed Marxism and I hope you watched and I hope you commented and subscribed. This week we are going to be discussing political behavior or the behavioral approach to the study of political science. The main aim to the behavioral approach to the study of political science is to explain behavior from an unbiased and neutral point of view. The behavioral approach seeks to examine why individuals, actors in the political arena, politicians, make the decisions that they make. What formed their decision? What informs their decision? Why would someone decide, I'm going to vote for Mr. A, I'm not going to vote for Mr. B? Or why would a citizen altogether decide, I'm not going to vote? Because I know you've come across people that have decided, this country is not going to change, I'm not going to vote. So if you've ever been curious about these patterns of human behavior towards the political process, why some people participate, why some do not participate at all, why some people vote, why some people do not vote, why some people enthusiastically go for rallies and rally people around to participate in the political process, why some are activists, and why some people do not even seem to care. They don't care if the country is on fire. Like, they behave like it does not concern them. They are not interested. Whatever is happening in the country, it's none of their business. And then you see another person that is passionate about the political process, about what is happening in the nation, and you wonder, why are these two people different? So people like Robert Dow and David Eston, they were also curious to understand this human behavior. Why is the study of political behavior important? It is important as a political participant or even as a citizen that you understand why people behave the way they behave, why people hold opinions different from your opinions, because some people behave like their opinion is the word of God. It's unquestionable. But if you are going to be an active political participant and you are going to be in the midst of different types of people, they are not always going to agree, and you have to figure out, why do they think differently? Why do they act the way they act? What are the core issues that political behavior focus on? What does the behavioral approach to the study of political science focus? How do they focus their study? They focus on 1, political socialization, 2, political culture, 3, political participation, 4, political communication, and 5, elections. But we are not even going to touch elections today because election is a subject. It's not even a topic. So it's too broad to be sandwiched into this little video. I am going to be focusing on 3 of the core issues to the study of political behavior: political socialization, political culture, and political participation. So what is political socialization? Political socialization is the process through which political knowledge, political attitude, political beliefs, or general disposition about politics are transferred from one generation to the other, from one learning generation to the other, if you want to put it like that. And political socialization have agents through which they transfer this political beliefs and political knowledge. One of the agents being the family, the school, peer pressure, and the rest. So because political socialization is the process of transferring political knowledge and beliefs and attitude, political culture, therefore, is all of the knowledge and belief and attitude that is being transferred and dominant. So why political socialization is a process? Political culture is a state, the dominant state. And do not forget that in a political culture, the dominant state is not the sole state. There are other political cultures that exist in a particular society, but the dominant political culture is what is therefore known as the political culture of that society. Through the study of political behavior, you understand why people behave the way they behave and through their political culture. And for example, that's why a politician can do something in Lagos and they will completely get away with it. They will even be hailing them, like you did the right thing. And they'll go to Kano and they'll do the exact same thing, and they'll be demanding their head on a stake, because the political culture of Lagos is not the same as the political culture of Kano. What is acceptable in Lagos is not acceptable in Kano. And what that simply means is the process, the socialization, the process of socialization, the political socialization that has gone on over the years, and then what is dominantly acceptable in Kano is not what is dominantly acceptable in Lagos. So that's simply what we mean by political socialization. Many scholars of political science or the behavioral approach have come up with different classifications of political culture, but I'm going to focus on Almond and Weber. According to Almond and Weber, there are three dominant types of political culture, and that is the parochial political culture, the subject political culture, and the participant political culture. The parochial political culture, the people are simply not interested in political participation, and when they do participate, they participate for very narrow, selfish reasons. They do not participate because of political or socio-economic issues affecting their societies. They do not demand anything from government, one, because they don't know what to demand. They don't know it is their right to demand. They do not see the need to demand because, number one, they don't trust the government, or they feel like the government will not react or act. The second classification of political culture, according to Almond and Weber, is the subject political culture. In a subject political culture, majority of the people simply align with government. In this type of political cultures, the government demand obedience. They demand the complete subjection of the citizens to the will of government. So in a subject political culture, you see the majority of the citizens agreeing with all government policies. Whatever the government does, there is no active opposition. There is just, a complete submission to the will of the government. The third and final classification, according to Almond and Weber, and bear in mind that there are other classifications by other political theorists, by other political scientists, but they are almost the same. So I chose to explain according to Almond and Weber because they are, if you check all of them, they are almost the same. So the third is the participant political culture. In this political culture, you see people being very active. They are turning out for election. They are encouraging people to come out for elections. You see them organizing protests when necessary, even revolutions when necessary. You see them forming non-governmental organizations or joining non-governmental organizations to push for government policies, to push for agendas, to push for public policies, to lobby governments to deliver the goods to the people. They are just a very active political culture. Also note that nations that are highly stratified like Nigeria can have both or even all political cultures. People can be really, really, really active in one region, very docile in another region, very submissive, very subjective in other regions. So it is not a very, how do I put this? It is not the third focus to the study of political behavior. I hope you've not forgotten. The first one was political socialization, the second one was political culture, and the third one now is political participation. Political participation relates to the totality of ways that people relate or react to issues concerning governance or politics. Do not forget, we've established by now that people do not just act, or people do not just regard an issue blindly. The way people behave, we have established, comes from their political socialization and their political culture. The two scope of political participation, and do not forget, scope means the broad area of study, so it is not specific. So the two scope are the direct and action-based political participation, and then the indirect and attitude-based political participation. We also have levels to political participation. This is not to be mistaken for scope. Scope is the broad study. The levels to political participation, according to Lester Margaret, we have the gladiatorial, we have the transitorial, and we have the spectator level to the participation according to and depending on your socio-economic resources in the society. So the spectatorial political participation, those are people that attend rallies, let me put it in the present terms, defend their party on social media, go for campaigns, and vote. The transitorial political participants, those are people that they are just as active and just as knowledgeable as those that put themselves out there for election, the gladiatorial political participant. But maybe because of one thing or the other, party manifesto, party zoning, or whatever, they do not put themselves out there for elections, but mostly because they do not have the resources. Then the gladiatorial political participants, those are your president, your senators, your governors, your reps, those that put themselves out there for political participation because they have the economic, the resources to do so, and because they simply participate on that level, people that put themselves out there for election. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that I hope you have an idea of what political behavior is, or what the behavioral approach to the study of political science is. It's just to let you know people's political orientation, where did it come from, their political socialization, their political culture, how people come to believe the things they believe, how their socialization and their culture affect how they become participants, how they become either aggressive or non-aggressive participants. So thank you for watching. Once more, subscribe to my channel, like and comment. Bye.